Sowell from Washington, D.C. I just want to say, a week from today, we actually me and my wife's 1 year wedding anniversary, and we actually watched this film together. And thank you. And we actually watched this film together. And the one thing that really were attached to was really the importance of not only prayer, because also I'm a preacher kid as well, but also the importance that praying that God placed no friends in your corner to hopefully strengthen the unification of your marriage. And with Shannon, it's especially with Shannon and Taylor's characters, like you guys definitely played a pivotal role in that because friendship in marriage, friends outside of marriage can be a benefit or a detriment. So I can talk to the four of you guys how you can how this story kind of reflects in terms of the importance of friendship in a marriage.
For me, when I think about divorce, I've been divorced 3 times, and nobody ever goes into a marriage, thinking that they're going to get divorced.
Mm.
Also, what hits very close to home for me is that I lived this. My life was so much connected to this film. I wrote an autobiography entitled The Monkey on My Back, and toured around the country doing a one-woman show based on the Black, talking about the 3 generations of women in my family who went through domestic violence, and my grandmother, my mother, and myself. And each time I went into a marriage, I didn't know, I had to finally realize when I ended up always in divorce, I had to realize that it was not so much about that person, but it was about me and how I was continuing to attract that kind of energy in my life. I'll tell you a little funny thing. I just celebrated my 15th wedding anniversary with my now 4th husband. And I said to him, I said, gosh, I wish we would have met decades ago, so I wouldn't have had to have that same experience as my mother and my grandmother. And my husband said to me, he said, no, don't wish for that, because maybe 15 years ago, I was that same person that you kept marrying. So he to a certain place in his life, looking at what he was offering to someone else. He got to me and he realized all that other stuff that I did in my past, that's not who I am anymore. And so we met at the perfect time. And I can say that I know definitively there'll never be a divorce in this relationship. Yeah. But I think also that one of the things that you can take away from this film, and especially with women living in this kind of situation, is that when somebody takes your power, you always have the power to take it back, which is what Meagan does in this film, and which my mother ultimately did, in her marriage as well. Yeah. Me kind of well up inside, because not seeing you guys work every day and then looking at the trailer, sometimes it's hard to watch because it just took me back to so many experiences. I mean, there were so many days and nights that I feared that my mother would ultimately end up dying at the hands of my father. But finally, she got to the point where she had the strength and knew that she had the power to walk away. And ultimately, that's what ended up happening. Thank God.
Amen. Thank God.
Amen. I think friendship is so important in marriage. I'm newly married. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm like 2 months married. But I know that when we filmed this movie, of course, we had discussions about marriage and just listening to everybody's experiences and life. And the whole cast is just such beautiful and phenomenal people. As wonderful of actors everybody is, they're just as amazing, if not more people. So I really, at that time, I was engaged. So listening to just stories and conversations about marriage, friendship, divorce. But one thing I think is so important is that, and it's in the movie as well, is putting your happiness first. And I don't know if it's possible to even have a successful marriage if you are not happy with yourself. And I think when it comes to friends, like how Ava was with Rona, how Rona was with Ava, even going through all these years of what she went through with Dallas, she never left her. She never left her side. And I think it's very important with friends who are in domestic violence situations. Sometimes how you support and show up for them with what they're going through is you continuing to be there until they can find that strength to come out of it. I'm not saying to condone anything, because I don't think Rona did at all. But you know, she never left her side. And sometimes that's all you need until your friend can find that strength and come back to herself and put herself forward, or himself. But I appreciated that Rona never lost patience with Ava. And in real life, I think that that's a good lesson to have with a friend in their journey through their marriage or their situation.
It's the same thing I think with Jim and Dallas. I think Jim in this film he's a support character. He's a support for his wife. He's a support for his best friend. And for me coming in, I wanted to provide that same support to Cory and to Taylor, right? Like Cory at the time is feeling these real things. You're in a very vulnerable position personally, and you're getting to work these things out on screen. I wanted to be some kind of safety net or reprieve off screen for my brother. And the same for Taylor. We had a lot of fun filming this. And you know, Rona's she's a wild girl. I wanted to provide this. You know, come home and you can have that, you know, space.
And that you did, brother. You my dog, and I appreciate you, man. And we were like a close-knit family, you know, and we all were there to support each other. And it bled over into the work, you know, the chemistry. So, and it was genuine. And just to work with genuine people, like, you know, my man Joe, you know the movie, man. You was on here pillow talking, brother. You know what I'm saying, brother? But no, but I love Joe. I love everybody. We all fam. So yeah, I appreciate all of it. So, and it showed in the work with everybody. Everyone was amazing. So I'm just grateful to be here. You know, seeing all y'all beautiful Black faces. I love it.
I think Tyler has a lot to do with providing that space where connectivity can occur, because we, a couple of us have gone and did another project called Beauty in the Black, which is coming in October or somewhere around there. But,
Beauty in the Black?
But let's say Beauty in the Black, yeah. It's a series on a different network, but it's the same kind of family. We almost bonded immediately. And based upon the way he has that set up, and upon his family consciousness to begin with, I think it permeates the people who work there. And that creates that safe space that Meagan was talking about for people to dig in and to collaborate with love and connection and support. And so I think part of this should go to Tyler in terms of he created a space where art can occur. And then
all
families
of it
come
go to Tyler.
Richard.
Yes, I totally agree. You know what, Richard, without cutting you off, I can say it feels like you're going to a family reunion working for Mr. Perry. Like it did. And everyone's jovial, they're happy. So when it's time to work, that goes all into the camera. Like we're at ease. I didn't want to leave Atlanta. That trailer, that quadruple decker trailer, I'm like, oh my goodness. They had my boiled eggs, my juices, and it was clean and fresh juice.
That made me think about a memory, Meagan. I don't even know if we were able to like say it, but like I think we were like laughing or playing around or something, just that good energy. It just feels so good. And Meagan she was doing something silly, and then it was time to do a scene and the tears just start coming. Like, I mean, everyone knows clearly Meagan is a phenomenal actress, but like half of me was like disassociating, because I'm like, from an actor standpoint, I'm like, how could she access that so quick? Like, she did it. And we were just having fun. Like, it was just the entire time we were filming was just so great. And like Cory said, it felt like a family reunion. It felt instantly connected, instantly friendships. And I think that is nothing but Mr. Perry.
Mr.
And-
Perry.
And that-
I'm
and
spoiled.
that's-
I'm spoiled
that's-
now.
That's one
Yeah.
thing. That's one thing too. I find with Tyler is that he is so loyal. It's like if you do a project with Tyler and you kind of get into his like actor circle and he really likes the work, you best believe that 9 times out of 10 you will be working on another project with him.
Amen.
Yeah.
He loves to keep Black folks working. That's for
Yeah.
sure. He does.
Amen.
And he loves to show us that we're valued and that we're appreciated and
Yes,
that we're loved and that we're seen. And he goes out of his way
Out
to
of
do
his way.
that.
he does. He shows so much compassion, not just for the work, but for his actors, which
Yes.
makes you in turn want to do the very best for him, for
Amen.
yourself, but for Tyler as well.
Amen.
He's an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
definitely an angel. So
Yeah.
we're all blessed, and I'm very grateful that he allowed me to just be me and do some of my best work ever. You know,
Amen.
You were great in this, Cory. Scary, but great.
Which is it makes it even better because he's so different that you're like,
I know. That just shows what a genius he is at his craft.
Yeah.
yes.
she's talking about you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I grew up on you, and you still look good and beautiful. I don't want your hurt. Don't come for me. I don't want no problems now.
He went off somewhere.
Okay, that ain't what you think it is now.
Don't you, hey Debbi, don't you love that? Don't you love that when somebody comes up and says, I've been watching you since I was a little bitty boy.
Let me tell you this. I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh my God, I used to run home from school when I was in elementary school or junior high school and watch you with my mother." And I look at them and I think to myself, "Well, damn, you look older than me. I don't think you should be saying that."
I
They got gray beards talking about.
talking about great beard. I'm watching you since I was a kid. How old are you?
Listen,
Yeah.
where you at, Benji? Why you was in that barn? I want to hear from you. You've been quiet on this brown table, Benji.
I'm just hanging out, Just,
That's it. Yeah, that's what they all say. They sound just like you.
Careful pushing a good woman too far.
No rest for the wicked, no light in the dark.